If you found bishop takes g7, then well done. I, shameless to say, just missed it in the game. Bishop g7 just outright wins. Somehow I missed it because I was looking at ideas uh, related to queen h6. And here it doesn't work. So I totally missed this easy win in this position for white. It proved costly because the game turned out to be a draw in the end. This is a more positional kind of stuff. The opponent had played knight f4, which is a mistake. Knight d4 would have been a better choice. So the problem with knight f4 is now takes. He took back with the rook, and then rook d3 comes. If pawn takes back, first of all, there is queen before check, and you pick up material. Or if the king move, you can play e3 anyway. So after takes rook d3, just double the rooks, and it was a comfortable win towards the end. This is straight from the opening. This awkward looking move was played by black, and that's bad. How do we punish it? By playing queen to b3, attacking the knight and attacking b7. He played knight c7, and I went on to take on e6. If he takes with the f pawn, it's already a bad position. He took with the knight, and I took on b7, won the pawn, and later on got another pawn and won the game. This was a very important win for me in the tournament, especially at this stage against a 1584. He had played King f1 a bit too casually. He was like an impulsive player who plays moves instantly sometimes, a lot of times. So King h1 and the game goes on, still better for me. But after King f1, there is a killer blow, and that is Bishop f7. The threat of Bishop c4 is just too strong with the pass pawn on d2. So he played g3, and I played bishop check. And after king moves, I went in with the bishop and went on to win the game. I used to think that playing against the fried liver is an easy thing to do. Just play f5, castle, and then e4 or f4. Put the knight on f4 if possible, and then bring the pieces in and win the game. But here I realized after this 1-5-3-4 player played the fried liver that it's not so easy. There's only one move practically. Like if you check with the opening explorer, the move knight f4 is very important to play because then most people play it first of all in the database, and white wins only 21% of the time, and 68% is a draw and remaining black. But I played castles, and for castles the win rate for white is 32. So practically after castling, I didn't have any chance because after rook e1, I played knight f rook e8 and defending the pawn knight c3, knight f4, but he just puts the bishop on f1, and he simply a pawn up in the fried liver. So that is why it was important for me in the moment instead of castling before castling here to play knight f4. There is a Nakamura versus Caruana game in the final of the Sinquefield Cup where Nakamura with the white wins in this line. But yeah, this is the best chance for black. And it's not a guaranteed easy win for black. You got to play positionally to prove that white is not better. This was a tough loss for me. I was actually black in this position. So let me flip the board. So when he played rook g7, I kind of instinctively played g4, defending the g pawn. But I had missed this cunning trap, and it's a very nice idea. He plays rook check, and after king moves, He plays king b7, trapping the rook. There's just no way out. So that was a very clever tactic which I had completely missed. And in this position, instead of g4, I can play something like king f6 or a5. And he cannot take here because then I take on a7. And the game is still equal. But I went on to lose after missing that idea. My opponent, who was playing so well up until this moment, had a brain fade moment here. He moved the bishop, which was sitting on g7. And that was like a gift to me because I was itching to play f5. And now is the moment to play it with energy because the point is, after takes, I take on f5. And if bishop takes, this check is deadly. So he played bishop a3 and then takes, and bishop d3, and the position is just too good for me. All the threats are in the air. Everything is falling, and he went on to lose this game. This was easily my best game of the tournament. A very intense game from start to finish, and it culminated in this brilliant moment. I am happy that I played this game and I got this exact moment. I was planning rook h1, which is why I doubled the rooks. So after rook h1, king f2, he had kept his queen here, so there is no bishop d3 check. So then I thought I can distract the queen and then do the same thing. I was thinking a little bit along those lines, and then I realized I don't even need that. Just queen takes queen. And after pawn takes, I played bishop g3. And it just unstoppable, mate. I'll show you the next two moves because the end is and last move is nice. Knight check, king moves, and knight check, king e8. No more checks. If you take the knight, there's again check, and if I allow checks, then game goes on. But now this is the cleanest finish. So a nice game in round eight, which means I was guaranteed a prize because of the good butch. But if I win the ninth round, it's even better. Yeah. However, the ninth round was a huge blow for me. I got screwed out of the opening itself. At this moment, there's a killer blow for my opponent. Let me flip the board. So I was a pawn up. I had taken up gambited pawn and tried to hold on to it. You can see the extra pawn over here. It was a Scandinavian, a gambit. Now here I thought, let me develop my bishop. Let him take here. It's fine. I'll get my rook in and I put my king here and I'm kind of okay. But after bishop e2, he has a killer blow which I had completely missed. Knight g4. The point be I was playing bishop e2 to control this square to stop exactly this. But the problem is it's not enough to control g4. If I take the knight, there is knight e4. E4 square also needed control. So bishop e2 was a problem. And he played knight g4 and I played king g1 and he won a piece and he went on to win. Instead of bishop e2, let's see what is the correct move. I believe it is king g1, something like king g1. Let's see. Okay, best move is knight f4, second best is c5, and third best is king g1. But in all those lines, it's -1. So black is better because all the pieces are active and there are pins all over. Even though I am a pawn up, it's just a better position for black. But yeah, so that's how my tournament went, and hope you enjoyed the challenges. I also won the 37th prize, which was rupees 7,000, which was like a consolation prize. It's good to get something out of a tournament, no matter how small it is.
Chief Minister of Meghalaya with a shawl and a memento as a token of love and gratitude. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as the President of Meghalaya Chess Association is felicitating our Chief Guest, Chief Honorary Sama, the Chief Minister of Meghalaya. Another round of applause, please. Now I call upon Shri